Noas, bad things happened here. The voices grew louder. Someone was coming. Noa had spent the past 10 years fending for herself. She'd learned better than to trust authority figures, whether they were cops, doctors, or social workers. And she wasn't about to start trusting anyone now, not in a situation like this. Slowly, she eased her feet off the table and slid to the floor. She wrapped her arms around herself, repressing a shiver. The cement was freezing, like stepping barefoot onto a glacier. The voices stopped just outside the chamber. Noa strained her ears to listen, catching a few fragments. Success. Call him. What do we... Can't believe we finally... The last bit came through crystal clear, a man's voice sounding resigned as he said, "They'll handle it. She's not our problem now." Fighting to keep her teeth from chattering, Noa desperately scanned the room. A few feet away, a metal tray held a variety of medical instruments. She'd nearly reached it when the door at the far end of the room opened. 2 men, dressed in scrubs, crossed the threshold. The first was a thin white guy, a few strands of blonde hair pasted across his forehead beneath a surgical cap. The other doctor was Latino, younger and stockier, with a straggly mustache marring his upper lip. Seeing her, they froze. Noa seized the opportunity to edge closer to the tray. "Where am I?" she asked. Her voice came out weaker than usual, like she hadn't spoken in a while. The doctors recovered from their surprise and exchanged a look. The blonde one jerked his head, and the Latino rushed from the room. "Where's he going?" Noa asked. She was 2 feet from the tray now, and he was 3 feet past it. The doctor held up his hands placatingly. "You were in a terrible accident, Noa," he said soothingly. "You're in the hospital." "Oh, yeah?" Her eyes narrowed. "Which hospital?" "You're going to be fine. Some disorientation is to be expected." The doctor glanced back over his shoulder. "What kind of accident?" The doctor paused, his eyes shifting as he searched for a response, and Noa knew he was lying. The last thing she remembered was leaving her apartment and walking toward Newton Center Station to catch the train into Boston. She'd been heading downtown to pick up a new video card for her MacBook Pro. Noa had turned right on Oxford Road, passing Weeks Field on her way to the T-stop. The last heat of an Indian summer day was soft on her skin, daylight sifting through trees already shedding their leaves in a riot of fiery oranges and reds. She'd been happy, she remembered. Happier than she'd been in a long time, maybe ever. And then, nothing. It was all a big blank. "A car accident," he explained, a small note of triumph in his voice. "I don't own a car. I don't even take taxis," Noa said warily. "A car hit you, I mean." The doctor looked back again, increasingly impatient. Clearly the other guy had gone for help, which meant she was running out of time. Noa suddenly fell forward, as if the wooziness had overwhelmed her. The doctor lunged to catch her. In one smooth motion, Noa scooped his scalpel off the tray and pressed it against the side of his neck. His mouth opened wide in a surprised "oh." "You're going to get me out of here," she said firmly, "or I'll slit your throat. Don't make a sound." "Please." The doctor's voice was hoarse. "You don't understand. You can't leave. It's for your own..." A rush of footsteps pounding toward them. "Shut up!" Noa shoved him in front of her, keeping the blade pressed against his neck as they went through the door. She paused outside. Not a hospital at all, but a giant warehouse the size of an airplane hangar. Makeshift aisles composed of cardboard boxes and long lines of metal filing cabinets surrounded the glass chamber. "Which way out?" she hissed, keeping her mouth close to his ear. They were nearly the same height, 5'10", which made it easier. The doctor hesitated, then pointed right. "There's an exit, but it's alarmed." Following his finger, Noa spotted the narrow hallway leading off to the right. She propelled him toward it. Someone was shouting orders. As they entered the hallway, she heard the chamber door being flung open behind her. More yelling as they realized she was gone. It sounded like at least half a dozen people were after her. The hallway was long and narrow and lined with more boxes stacked to shoulder height on both sides. One of the fluorescent tubes overhead flickered, casting them in a pulsing strobe. Noa fought to ignore the stabbing pain in her chest and the ball